least identify those, the ones that you're going to see a lot of, just because a lot of times these are confused for copperheads.
So now there's color. I'm sorry. Is color one of those things that you would be able to say, okay, that's maybe a brighter color, so that has more a venomous snake? Is that even part of the equation?
Not necessarily, because copperheads, they have a very distinct pattern on them. That's one identifier you can do, because these guys have bright colors, but they're non-venomous. But then there are dark snakes that are venomous and non-venomous, so color's not always a factor.
And habitat, are we still increase, decrease? How are we doing with this snake here in terms of population?
Their populations, the king snake's the one that we've seen a lot of decline, but just in general with habitat loss, we're seeing populations go down, but we want to try to conserve as much as we can for these guys.
All right, Samantha, we certainly appreciate it. Thanks for bringing in our friendly friends here. It's been a good time.
Fighting wrinkles in average shirts. Fighting wrinkles in Duluth Wrinkle Fighter shirts. Duluth Trading Wrinkle Fighter shirts. Skip the fuss, nix the wrinkles. Only at Duluth stores and DuluthTrading.com.
Action. Dogs love my Nutrish treat. Whoa.
New real meat treats from Rachel Ray Nutrish, inspired by recipes from Rachel's Kitchen. U.S. beef or chicken is the first ingredient. Treats from Nutrish. Real recipes, real ingredients, real good.
Spring is a pretty good season. It's sort of invigorating, and the change in the weather is fascinating.
Spring weather is that transitional season where we start to see thunderstorms develop.
The weather is really changeable in the springtime, and you get pretty exciting storms. I mean, that's something that I just really love.
My appreciation for spring weather has grown immensely at the Weather Channel. Severe weather is so fascinating to see it develop. If you love the weather as much as we do, join us at weloveweather.tv.
It's the Phillips lady.
Anyone ever have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, or bloating?
She does.
Help defend against those digestive issues. Take Phillips Colon Health Probiotic Caps daily with 3 types of good bacteria. 400 likes? Wow.
Try Phillips Colon Health.
The average family's below average deck. It's inspired one incredible makeover. Just clean, conceal, cover. It's your made-to-last deck. One great leap for bare feet. Bare Deck Over. Available in 3 finishes. Only at the Home Depot.
When you have allergies, it can seem like triggers pop up everywhere. Luckily, there's powerful 24-hour non-drowsy Claritin. It provides relief of symptoms that can be triggered by over 200 different allergens. Live Claritin Clear.
It's quite clear that this business-casual birthday clown is an expert when it comes to balancing. But he's zero help when it comes to transferring the balance on your credit card. For that, you need creditcards.com, where you can find credit card news, advice, and tools for finding the offers that work best for you. Right now, you can choose between sensational balance transfer offers like these. You stay focused, Bing Bing. We've got credit cards covered.
Hi guys, it's great to be here. In the desert, at the mall, on the mountain, at school, at the beach, in the Big Easy. Yeah. Today I want to show you guys the next-gen Chevy Equinox. What do you think? That's pretty. Pretty sexy.
It looks aggressive.
But not overbearing.
It's not too big, not too small.
Seems like the perfect car for anybody.
I would take it anyway.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
Current qualified GM lessees can get this introductory lease on the all-new 2018 Chevy Equinox for around $249 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
This is Mr. Kitty. Mom doesn't know we have him, so we're using Fresh Step with the power of Febreze to eliminate litter box odors for 10 days guaranteed. Victory is ours, Mr. Kitty. Fresh Step with the power of Febreze.
Your paycheck. Your family depends on it. But if something happened to you, you need life insurance. And chances are SelectQuote can get it for you for under $1 a day.
SelectQuote found Alec, 38, a $500,000 policy for under $23 a month. SelectQuote found Kenesha, 37, a $750,000 policy for $19 a month.
SelectQuote's secret? They impartially shop a select group of highly rated companies like these for your best rates. Give your family the security it needs at a price you can afford.
Since 1985, SelectQuote has saved over 1 million families millions of dollars on life insurance. Call now 800-311-6499 or go to SelectQuote.com. Discover what over 1 million families already know. We shop, you save.
Carl's going to the chalkboard to teach us something here, and this is going to be fun stuff.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
In the beginning days of the Atlantic hurricane season, June 1st, it has begun, and kind of that time of year where you start thinking about preparation. Now, we don't only talk about for individuals who live in the threatened zones, but also for maybe the hurricane hunters, and they've got some neat tools that they actually use that we may not be aware of, especially when these storms get out over the water. And one of them is this thing here we've got in the Hurricane Hunter.
Yeah, it's called the SFMR, and right, it's a very data-sparse region, so a lot of times we don't really know what's going on with the storm until the hurricane hunters are able to fly out there and get a look at it. And what this SFMR does is it detects the radiation that's coming off of a very angry sea. When the sea is churning up the waves and there's sea spray in the air, that sea spray actually lets off a certain amount of microwave radiation.
You know what I want to ask you? How old is this technology?
I think this was developed in the late 80s.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
so it's been around.
It's been around for a little while.
Okay.
And this is actually something that we've known for a long time, because the hurricane hunters, before they had this, used to actually look out the window and look at the sea state and get a sense of what it was like. But what this device does is it's not an active radiometer, it's a passive radiometer. It's only receiving that radiation from the sea, and again, the more active the sea is, the more of that microwave radiation comes up from the ocean surface, and it's a really accurate way to tell what's going on with the wind speed.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing, because what you see here, two completely different pictures that I'm going to assume were probably about the same part of the ocean, obviously, or at the same time, or do we know that?
I'm not really sure when these pictures were taken, to be honest with you, but we're looking at the sea state here, and this is with 60-mile-per-hour winds. So there you see the white caps right in there, and you see these little streamers coming off, and that is that sea spray that's being driven by the wind. We've all seen this in a windy day at the beach, but you notice here with 100-mile-per-hour winds, the sea state really dramatically changes. There's a lot more sea spray just above the ocean surface.
Yeah, and very helpful when we get out over the open waters of the Atlantic Ocean when it comes to, do we have depression? Do we have maybe a tropical storm?
Right.
And then do we go to hurricane? And helpful then downstream too, to get watches and advisories out, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we could be looking at a tropical storm where we don't really have a good sense of, what's going on with the core of the storm. And so the hurricane hunters will go out there. They've got radar now, which is also really helpful. But then they can look at the sea state, and once they get those winds of 75 miles per hour, then we know we've got a hurricane.
And this is where we look in the month of June. Traditionally not a very active month, but it can happen.
Absolutely, and this is the area that we watch there along the southeast coast, and then into the Gulf of Mexico, and also into the western part of the Caribbean. That's where we start looking for activity at this time of the year. And right now there are some storms out there, but nothing that is organized, because there's still a lot of wind shear. There's a lot of very strong wind, and tropical systems do not like wind shear.
Just like thunderstorms, but kind of a different scenario. Alex?
All right, thanks so much, guys. Let's work from the tropics to the Pacific Northwest and focus in on Seattle, which is enjoying a really nice early part of the day, mainly sunny skies. Temperatures have climbed now up to close to 70 degrees. And it's going to be a warm afternoon, a well above average afternoon here for you, but it won't last too long. The pattern is going to do a little bit of a turn, a flip here for us. And so we'll go from the really warm 10 degree above average today to cool almost 10 degrees below average conditions by the end of the week with a bit of rain as well. So here's where we stand in the pattern right now. In the east, trough, and that's where we've got the cool and rainy conditions. In the west, that's where we've got our big ridge bulging up into Canada. Warm conditions, in fact, outright hot in some cases. We'll talk about how hot it's going to get in just a second. But once we get in towards the weekend, notice how things change. Now it's the ridge in the east, so get ready for things to heat up in the eastern half of the country. Trough in the west, that's where we'll see things cooling down. But before that cool down takes place, it's going to get pretty warm out there. Denver, case in point, mid-70s here for today. Your average high is nearly 80. You'll be getting up to now the 90s. Friday and Saturday, low 90s expected there before we see things cooling down for the early part of next week. In the Boise, Idaho area, your heat comes first, near 100 heading into tomorrow. Then we cool down by the second half of the week into the weekend.
Ahead on Weather Center Live, a soggy, stormy start to the week across much of the southeast. Damaging winds and hail along with flooding in some parts of the region. We're going to highlight the spots at risk now and through the rest of the week.
And it's Creature Week here on the Weather Channel. Today we're talking snakes, from poisonous to harmless. Tips on how to stay safe no matter where you might find one of these slithering creatures.
And rumor has it we might find one of those slithering creatures in here.
Right here in the studio. That's the word on the street.
See how excited she is in a little bit. It is the top of the hour. This is Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
And I'm meteorologist Julie Martin. You know, soaking rains across the southeast this week. Kind of a similar situation over the last few days.
Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, so much rain has already soaked many areas. This camper swept away by rushing water here in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Now, more than 2.5 inches of rain falling since Thursday in this area. More rain on the way today. Let's send it over to Chris now for a look at who else is in line for this kind of weather.
Well, Hattiesburg has a lot of neighbors, and a lot of your neighbors are still going to be dealing with some showers and storms. Hopefully it's not going to look like that, not thinking necessarily it's going to be, but there is this area of low pressure that is slowly, call it meandering, across the southeast. We know low pressure spins counterclockwise, so look at the motion of the radar and the satellite, the clouds. You see this? See what we're doing here? You can kind of see the movement. Got our low pressure right in here. And around it, seeing the showers and the storms right now from time to time. Real heavy rain moving into Florida, and this is why. Going to see a super soaker, because that area of low pressure we're just looking at, helping to draw in some of this tropical moisture, deep tropical moisture. So it's got nothing but time to pull moisture and gather moisture into Florida. And with the area of low pressure tomorrow now over parts of Georgia and Alabama and right smack over North Florida, looking at the focus for some pretty heavy rain at times. Then that front sags down, and then it hangs out. So you're going to see a focus of some rainfall as that front stalls out. So this is what the future radar looks like, one computer's version of where the rain is going to be through time. 3 o'clock today, again looking at parts of north and central Florida. area of low pressure still spinning over here with some of that rain hanging around from southeast Louisiana to the panhandle of Florida. And most of the rain is going to be in the southern portions of Alabama and Georgia with a few scattered showers through parts of South Carolina. Closer look now at South Carolina and Charleston. Some showers and storms. You can see here 6 o'clock this evening, still looking at that heavy rain. It's going to be a bit of a wet evening in Charleston. That goes right until midnight. Then we're seeing things eventually drying out, and then that doesn't last very long. That's just kind of the way it's been going lately, and that's just the way it is. Here's Charleston, South Carolina, and temperatures tonight dropping down to around 70 degrees. It's going to feel rather humid in the morning and then topping out only in the lower 70s. And the rain still expected. Looks like this. Some of the heaviest rain is going to be in South Georgia and in Florida, where it's possible, Julie, to see 3 to 5 inches of rain through Wednesday afternoon.
You got that right. And you know what? We just got this photo in from St. Augustine, Florida, where possible tornado there caused some damage. Take a look at all the limbs and branches just scattered on the road there. This is US 1. Now, there are also power lines down all over the area. The fire department, we're told, is investigating right now. Well, there was a tornado warning, mind you, issued. It was just a short time ago in this exact same area. So will be interesting to see if that was in fact a tornado or straight line wind damage. Nonetheless, stormy times here for you in Florida. This is a look at the forecast for today. We're looking at that red zone all throughout the Florida peninsula. We're already seeing some of those strong storms, obviously, there in St. Augustine and elsewhere, where we're seeing the rain continuing to pile up as well. Tomorrow, same thing, all the way from Tallahassee down into Miami, the Florida Keys, all of you at risk for some pretty strong storms. If we take a look here at the water vapor imagery, it's pretty interesting. You see all of these just giant bubbles, they look like almost of green coming in. This is all that tropical moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. Some disturbances here actually keeping this going. And then Chris mentioned that low, which is going to kind of keep everything right here in Florida over the next few days. So we've got all that going on. Look at this mess coming in to the Tampa Bay area right now. The good news is, Tampa, you are well below average for rainfall this year. A drought here across Florida. This kind of rain is certainly going to be eating away at it, given the fact that we are going to be looking at days and days of this. So how much rain, you say, still to come? Well, in general, we're looking at anywhere from a couple of inches to maybe even 3 to 5 inches, where you see the yellow here on the map. Already getting radar estimated reports in southwest Florida of more than a foot of rain in Everglades City, in and around that area. So that would be south of Marco Island. So looking at just tremendous rainfall rates here. Localized flooding is certainly going to be something to watch as we move over the next couple of days. Taking a more specific look at the rain still to come here, West Palm Beach, maybe 2 to 3 inches for you, a couple of inches all the way down to Miami as well. And then over here on the west coast of Florida, Everglades City, well, we already know we're getting reports of much more than this showing up. And then as we head up the coast here, maybe 3 inches or more still to come. So certainly this is going to be one of those long-lived events, Chris. What about the Northeast?
Well, what about the Northeast? That's a good question. Here's a live look at New York City right now. And what about that 56 degrees? Oof, well, still wearing our sweaters here in New York, aren't we? Cloudy and occasionally wet. Right now just cloudy in New York, but other parts of the Northeast and New England dealing with some of that rainfall and much cooler temperatures. So this is a look at the combination of the satellite and the radar. So a look at where it's wet and where it's cloudy, and sometimes both. You have the steady rain. You hear us talk about rain or showers. This is rain. You're getting rain over halves of an hours or hours, and then you have this speckled look here. These are showers. You get some that are rolling for a few minutes, take off, it's dry for a few minutes, you get some more. So we measure things in quarter hours or half hours, and this is more into the minutes there. Sometimes you can get a shower that'll hang out for a while, but see all this rain right here? That helps cool the atmosphere down quite a bit, and you can see right in here all of that blue and the green to the south, 60s and 70s, in some areas 40s and 50s. For Burlington, next several hours, it's going to stay wet. Well, we're looking at chilly, rainy nor'easter coming up Weather Center Live. We're heading into summer, but some places feeling more like fall.
Not all chicken strips are created equal. At Boston Market, we hand bread our new all-white, all-breast meat chicken strips and bake them for a crispier crunch.
Oven crisp, because baked is just better. Boston Market.
Look, Grandpa.
Wow, what a monster.
No, it's you.
Thank you, VSP.
Love every masterpiece
that?
with a variety of lens enhancements
Grandma?
with VSP individual vision plans. See better for life for less.
This is all of us. Grandma, look.
Wow.
Grandma, there's another one.
Thank you, VSP.
See the wonder. Keep your eye health the top priority with a VSP individual vision plan.
That's a beautiful
See
one.
better for life for less.
Not again. I'm always in the bunker. Oh, thank you, VSP.
Follow through with the same vision plan employers offer direct to you. VSP individual vision plans. See better for life for less.
Wow, thank you, VSP.
See stunning views with Vision Care's lowest out-of-pocket costs. Call, click, or ask your broker for a VSP individual vision plan today.
It's the Phillips lady.
Anyone ever have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, or bloating?
She does.
Help defend against those digestive issues. Take Phillips Colon Health Probiotic Caps daily with 3 types of good bacteria. 400 likes? Wow.
Try Phillips Colon Health.
With the free Golf Now app, instantly book tee times. Earn rewards for every round. Get accurate GPS yardages. Keep score for your group. And track your game stats. Why buy it when you can have it all for free? Get the Golf Now app today.
Well, listen, it's smart.
Yeah. Weather Underground, weeknights at 6.
I think that's smart.
With Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape, you can prep any angle quicker and easier. 3M's advanced poly material helps stop paint seepage, and it's easy to remove in one long pull, so you can pull off a better paint job. Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape.
Do you tell yourself, today's the day, I'm gonna lose the weight, but nothing changes? Well, today's the day. Just call Nutrisystem.
I'm Brian, and I've lost 75 pounds on Nutrisystem.
I'm Chris, and I lost 120 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Lose 15 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight fast. Money back guarantee.
I got to eat my favorite food. I got to eat, and I got to eat a lot.
Nutrisystem for Men is the real deal with real food that gets real results. Order your 28-day program right now and get all new Nutri-Crush bars to crush cravings free, and 1 week of Turbo Shakes to bust that gut free.
Nutrisystem just gave me my life back.
These guys are just like you. They made the call and they got the results. Lose weight, boost energy, improve your health with Nutrisystem for Men. Call or go online in the next 2 minutes and we'll throw in FedEx shipping free. Lose 15 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Make the call now.
Go online or call 877-357-DIET right now and get Nutrisystem for Men with bars and shakes free.
The National Weather Service is surveying damage from what could have been a tornado that hit eastern North Carolina. This is video that was shot north of Greenville in the town of Bethel yesterday. An old country store was seriously damaged, and with that, flying debris from the structure hit and damaged 2 homes that were nearby. And fast-moving storms also caused damage farther to the north. This big tree right here came crashing down onto cars in the Highland section of Louisville, Kentucky. Several trees were knocked down yesterday, but fortunately, spike this, no one was injured. Some good news there. And still looking at the chance for some more storms, at least more gray weather, humid 78 degrees right now, but gray and occasionally wet in Atlanta. Live look top the Coca-Cola World Headquarters in downtown Atlanta, Georgia here. And Atlanta rush hour, could be dealing with some more rain. Doesn't take much to make things even worse. And this is what's going on right now across the southeast. Do have this area of low pressure spinning right here. It's pretty wet right here and through parts of South Carolina. From Columbia, south of Columbia, there's a few showers over to Charleston. Again, we're looking at potentially some pretty heavy rain for Charleston. A look at Birmingham, Alabama, and this is where we're going to be seeing potentially some more rain. It kind of just bubbles up and hangs out for a while. Also seeing some rain around New Orleans, not right this second in New Orleans, but just to the north of Lake Pontchartrain, some rain at the moment. Over to Baton Rouge, some of the scattered showers, and you can still, with this close up, see that swirl around this area of low pressure. And here's now the future radar, which picks up the rainfall that's north of New Orleans, 5 o'clock this evening. Still seeing some rain, maybe some heavier rain moving to Baton Rouge. And eventually, some of that rain getting into New Orleans. So things in the Big Easy are going to be a bit wet pretty soon. And eventually clearing out there by tomorrow morning, but not necessarily going away completely just yet. For Atlanta, the southern soaker means thunderstorms today. Steady rain right now, but possibly some thunderstorms. And then eventually that's going to dry out and even a little bit of sunshine. Early on, it's going to feel a bit on the humid side. So most of the rain is going to eventually be moving south of Atlanta. Julie?
Well, we have some rain in the northeast, the sun in the Midwest, but Boston and Chicago, you have one thing in common today. That is the cooler temperatures, right? Boston could hit 52 degrees for its high. That is 20 degrees below average for this time of year. In fact, in case you're wondering here in the Northeast, you know, this is reminding me of spring. You're really pretty right. Your average highs for April, early April here, April 6th, forecast high 48 degrees in Boston, 54 in Hartford. That would be April 1st. April 9th, that's what it's feeling like in New York City today as well. The good news is all of this is going to change by the time we get to the weekend. So right now we have this big trough here in the east that's keeping things nice and cool and rainy and unsettled. This big ridge here in the west, so all of that nice warm air being locked in there. But look what happens here. Watch this move and shift. By the time we get to the weekend, we have the opposite here, polar opposites here. Now we have the nice warm air coming in here all across the northeast, and the cooler air starts to work its way back into the Pacific Northwest. So that's going to be a big change for all of you here. But for tomorrow, still hanging on to some chilly temperatures here in the northeast, 60s. So it's going to feel a little bit better out there. Not quite like April for you in New York and Boston. And then by Friday, look at this. Seeing the 70s start to creep their way back into New York. 81 here in D.C. And you see some of those reds and orange colors coming up, indicating the warmer temperatures coming up here in the northeast and the mid-Atlantic. D.C., your average high 82 degrees, a little bit below average for the week. But then look at this. By the time we hit Sunday, we are up in the 90s for you in our nation's capital. Well, still to come, it is Creature Week here on the Weather Channel. Today, we are featuring snakes. They're very good at hiding outdoors and sometimes in places you may not expect.
Come boys, let's go. Freddie, leave the car, leave it. We got everyone?
The all-new Discovery. Land Rover, above and beyond.
There were so many issues in my back.
Pretty much had shut me down. I couldn't even stand up straight.
After going to Laser Spine Institute, I can't tell you how much happier I am.
After years of living with chronic back pain, I finally found the answer.
Call Laser Spine Institute, the leader in minimally invasive spine surgery, to learn how you can get lasting relief from chronic neck and back pain, all with a less than 1-inch incision. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, or other chronic spine conditions, call today for your no-cost MRI review.
After surgery, I was so surprised that I could walk the next day and walk without pain.
It was amazing.
If you've been told you might need neck or back surgery, call 1-800-817-BACK now for your no-cost MRI review.
Calling Laser Spine Institute was the best decision I've ever made.
I can lift up my 3-year-old, run and play, and they help me get my life back.
Laser Spine Institute, a less than 1-inch incision, a lifetime of standing tall.
Will you be ready when the moment turns romantic? Cialis for daily use treats ED and the urinary symptoms of BPH. Tell your doctor about your medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have a sudden decrease or loss of hearing or vision or an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis.
If you're at home asking why, we've got a guy for that.
That's right. Carl Parker looking at the atmosphere. When you get it, you're going to love it. That's well done.
Slow clap.
Use the hashtag WUTV on Twitter.
Yeah, Mom.
And this is going to be fun stuff.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
We nailed it.
I won this 55-inch TV for less than $30 on DealDash.com.
I got this $1,200 computer for $100.71.
These aren't actors, they're real people who got real savings at DealDash.com, the fair and honest bidding site. At DealDash.com, you can save up to 99%, but hurry, everything must go.
And shipping is always free.
Visit DealDash.com and start bidding today.
It's time to pack your bags for a cruise to the Bahamas. It's Royal Sea's Deal of the Day. An incredible $99 cruise for 2 to paradise. You'll get the royal treatment, including a private stateroom, gourmet meals, Vegas-style gaming, live entertainment, and so much more. Imagine an award-winning cruise for 2 to the Bahamas for just $99. These deals are extremely limited, and when they're gone, they're gone. So call now.
Call 800-941-9299. That's 800-941-9299.
What makes me a weather geek, the fact that I love the weather, especially when it's hit me in the side of the face.
I'm gonna ride this one out, guys.
Be one of the thousands of weather geeks out there at WeLoveWeather.tv.
All right, it's Creature Week here on the Weather Channel, and yesterday we focused on sharks. Today we're talking all about snakes.
And snakes are known to hide out in some unexpected places, and the idea of one wandering into your home uninvited might make you a little worried. But what would you do if you found one in your toilet?
You thought it was an urban legend, a snake in the toilet.
There's a snake.
But it happens more than you realize.
It's very possible for a snake to find its way inside of a toilet bowl. They have very malleable bodies. They can fit through all kinds of really tight crevice areas.
It doesn't surprise the experts that snakes like bathrooms.
People tend to think that reptiles like to be in extreme heat all the time, and that's really not true. Reptiles seek out cool places.
Snakes have been known to slither indoors to avoid extreme weather.
There's a snake in my bathroom.
So if you live in an area with lots of snakes, what can you do to keep your toilet snake-free? Should you? A, put a grate in the pipe leading to the sewer. B, head up to the roof and put a screen over the vent. Or C, put a lock, like a child safety lock, on your toilet seat. Major choice? Surprisingly, the vent stack is how most snakes sneak down into toilets. Screen it and you can rest easy in the restroom. But what should you do if you're unlucky enough to find a snake in your toilet?
Holy guacamole.
If you ever discover a snake in your toilet bowl, the first thing you should do is call your local animal services.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. But look what happened here. Drivers at this gas station in Polk County, Georgia, noticed a snake hiding in a fuel nozzle holder.
Oh my gosh, I saw this on the local news. Brian Radke said he was passing through and offered to remove the snake. You see him there just pulling it out. He safely did that, and it sure startled the people who were watching, but all is well.
You hope he knows what he's doing. Hope he knows what kind of snake that was.
I think he said he had watched Crocodile Dundee, and that's how he knew what to do.
Oh, no.
I think that's what I heard.
movie?
I think so. I think so. Anyway.
All's well that ends well.
Everyone was fine. Nobody got hurt. Hey, across the U.S., snakebite calls are up this year, but it's not all snakes that you find are harmful. Not all of them.
Not all of them. And earlier on Weather Center Live, Samantha Clouda with the Chattahoochee Nature Center in Atlanta talked with Alex Waltz and Ray Stajic about how to tell the difference between a snake that is dangerous and one that isn't.
On your screen,
yeah,
we're
those
showing
are
you some venomous snakes.
Yes.
But right now, she's got, again, a corn snake here. And this is something that you could easily find in your backyard. And you see that, and you say, oh, my gosh, this could be dangerous. But it's not. And so how would I determine what is a more venomous or non-venomous snake?
So there are some ways that we can kind of tell. Venomous snakes have a more broad pointed head, but non-venomous snakes, when they're feeling threatened, they'll flatten their head, and they can even rattle their tail to make them seem more dangerous. So it's really important to have an idea of the venomous snakes in your area, to know what copperheads look like, to be able to kind of at least identify those, the ones that you're going to see a lot of, just because a lot of times these are confused for copperheads.
So now there's color, I'm sorry, is color one of those things that you would be able to say, okay, that's maybe a brighter color, so that has more, a venomous snake, is that even part of the equation?
Not necessarily, because copperheads, they have a very distinct pattern on them. That's one identifier you can do, because these guys have bright colors, but they're non-venomous, but then there are dark snakes that are venomous and non-venomous, so color's not always a factor.
And habitat, are we still increase, decrease? How are we doing with the snake here in terms of population?
Their populations, the king snake's the one that we've seen a lot of decline, but just in general, with habitat loss, we're seeing populations go down, but we want to try to conserve as much as we can for these guys.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. I don't. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate.
Sometimes I leave the seat up on purpose.
Switching to Allstate is worth it.
For millions of people who suffer from lower back pain, finding relief can seem almost as painful. Finally, the search is over. Drug-free Aleve Direct Therapy, a TENS device with high-intensity power that uses technology once only available in doctors' offices. Its smart wireless design lets you control its intensity for deep, penetrating relief at the source. The power of relief is in your hands. Aleve Direct Therapy. Find yours in the pain relief aisle.
Rise. It's a fast way to borrow. With cash in your account as soon as tomorrow. Helping you get back to what matters most. Visit risecredit.com today.
I was wondering if an electric toothbrush really cleans better than a manual, and my hygienist says it does, but they're not all the same. Turns out they're really different. Who knew? I had no idea. So she said look for one that's shaped like a dental tool with a round brush head.
Go pro with Oral-B. Oral-B's rounded brush head surrounds each tooth to gently remove more plaque. And Oral-B cross-action is clinically proven to remove more plaque than Sonicare Diamond Clean.
My mouth feels so clean. I'll only use an Oral-B.
The #1 brand used by dentists worldwide. Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Why fuss over finding the right car? No need with the Cars.com app. When on the lot, scan a VIN to pull up all the info you need to help get the price you want. Start scanning today.
I hated our bathtub, but who has time for a remodel? Not this family.
And then there's the mess. Then I heard about Bath Fitter. They came in and put a beautiful new bathtub right over our old one. Bath Fitter also has seamless walls that provide a watertight fit. There's no mess, no demolition, and they get it done in as little as 1 day. Plus, they provide a lifetime guarantee. Thanks to Bath Fitter, I have a bathtub I love.
Call today or learn more at bathfitter.com.
The average family's below average deck. It splintered 11 paws, triggered an award-winning sigh, and inspired one incredible makeover. Just clean, conceal, cover. Since then, it's hosted 1 dance party, staged 4 sold-out shows, and sparked deck-over do-overs for days. It's your made-to-last deck, one great leap for bare feet. Bare Deck Over, available in 3 finishes, only at the Home Depot.
If you're at home asking why, we've got a guy for that.
That's right. Carl Parker looking at the atmosphere. When you get it, you're going to love it. That's well done.
Slow clap.
Use the hashtag WUTV on Twitter.
Yeah, Mom.
And this is going to be fun stuff.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
We nailed it.
Closed captioning brought to you by Beltone, your premier hearing care partner.
Introducing the most innovative, discrete hearing technology available.
Having restored hearing is the reason why I'm back doing the job I love.
Those we trust Beltone.
That's a stormy day for you with heavy rain, strong winds, and some nickel-sized hail in western Ohio. Winds strong enough to snap a large tree.
Yeah, that's no fun, right? Watching that from the front porch blow by.
And you see the little pieces of leaves and small branches coming down. That could be the hail ripping apart the leaves.
Oh, yeah, you see it bouncing there off the ground, too.
It's a stormy day.
Some people like to look out the window at the storms, right?
That's
Open
cool.
the front door, watch them come on through.
As long as there's no damage, nothing hurts, nothing like a nice storm.
Thanks so much for staying with us here on Weather Center Live. I'm Julie Martin.
And I'm Chris Warren. More storms and soaking rain across much of the South to start the week, and it's going to continue for some.
That's right. Take a look at this. Austin, Texas there. Sheets of rain across the area right around this time yesterday. Winds there gusting over 40 miles per hour at times. Look at those trees. Those are sizable trees blowing around. What's interesting, the patio furniture is still in place, but you see the sheets of rain there just scooting across the parking lot. That's some tough patio furniture, right, Chris?
Yeah. It's not getting blown around. That's pretty good. Pretty good stuff there. Maybe it's getting sheltered just a little bit, or it could be attached.
Could be.
It's hard to say. But that wind was howling, wasn't it? This is a look at where the rain and the clouds are right now. It's the combo. It's really great, though. It's the combo of the satellite and the radar. So you get to see where it's just cloudy and where it's cloudy and raining in spots. And Florida's really getting it. And Florida will continue to get it with more of this heavy rain. And a big reason for that is that area of low pressure that we're seeing throughout the southeast Gulf Coast here, helping to draw in this deep tropical moisture, and as it does, that's really the fuel for some of the heavy rain and the storms. What else kind of instigates things and gets things going? It's the front that comes through, and then when it stalls out, it's going to make for some days of wet weather and some thunderstorms. So let's take you through the next several hours. The high resolution future radar showing us where this computer thinks the rain will be through time. 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6, 7:30, Montgomery, Alabama, over to Jackson. Still some showers and storms around Atlanta. Birmingham's been clearing out, though. And by 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, Central and South Georgia, the Florida Panhandle in it here. Now we're looking at tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, and still Florida going to have some showers and potentially some storms to start things off in the north part there. Meanwhile, here's the high-resolution future radar for Charleston. Walk you through time. Just keep an eye on that. Yellow and red, some of the heavier rain. That's this evening around dinner time, and then getting closer to bedtime. Looking at just some of that light rain before it changes over to the hit-and-miss showers and really drying out in earnest. However, by morning, Columbia, South Carolina, Orangeburg, we're looking at the possibility here for some more rain showers to roll through, according to that computer model. Charleston, South Carolina, thunderstorms today and tomorrow. Still some leftover showers on Wednesday. The amount of rainfall, it will be pockets in parts of southeast Georgia and the southern part of South Carolina as well. There could be 3 to 5 inches of rainfall. Also for Florida, same deal there. Now, things eventually going to dry out. It's been wet and humid in Atlanta. Chance for some thunderstorms today and some rain, and then drying out by tomorrow with a little bit of sunshine even for you. Here's New Orleans, and this is what the future radar looks like. You're close to that area of low pressure, so you're going to have some consistent showers, and at times it's going to be a bit on the heavy side as well. That's what all the red shows us here, where you potentially have some of the heavier rainfall coming down. And now we're looking at the morning, and you get a little bit of a break there in New Orleans. And your forecast looks like this. Once we get through Tuesday night, Wednesday looking a little bit better, Julie.
Sounds good. Let's head into Florida now. This is a live look here at Tampa and Neptune Beach, what you can see of it anyway. Cloudy skies there after days and days of rain across the Sunshine State. Not so showing any signs of letting up anytime soon. And we just got this photo in. Check this out from Crescent Beach, Florida. Witnesses there are saying that this is a tornado. That's what they're reporting. No confirmation of that at this point. But there you see the sky certainly could be what appears to be over Crescent Beach, Florida. We did have warnings, I believe, in that area within the last couple of hours. So we'll do some more research on this and let you know for sure. The bottom line is, though, Florida, pretty much anywhere you look across the state of Florida, you could be getting those strong to severe thunderstorms here throughout the day today. It's not only today, it's tomorrow as well. Again, we've got lots of moisture, tons of rain coming into Florida. Some of those thunderstorms could certainly be embedded in that. If we take a look at the bigger picture here, these big blobs of green, or balloons of green, as I like to say, coming into the state of Florida. This is all tropical moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, and there's a lot of it, folks, just waiting to come across Florida. Right now, look at what Tampa is getting. Certainly a lot of rain coming into your area, now stretching across the peninsula. Also, just north of Miami right now, getting hit with some pretty good rounds of rain as well. How much rain still to come? In general, a couple of inches for most of you, maybe 3 inches or so, but we certainly are going to see those pockets of the higher rainfall totals, 3 to 5 inches, where you see the yellows here on the map. Now, we know we already have radar indicated reports of more than a foot of rain in southwestern Florida. So that would be in this general area here near Everglades City. So again, it could be localized, very heavy rainfall. Flooding could be a real issue as well. Taking a look here at some of the particular cities where we could see, again, maybe 3 inches in Deltona. Orlando, by the way, you are down a few inches of rain for the year, like many of the cities across Florida. So this is actually welcome rain. It's just not great when it all comes at the same time. And it's going to be days and days of it, so that ground is just going to get more saturated. And we will have to watch for those flooding problems, Chris.
All right, Julie, we're also keeping an eye on the Northeast, where it's been a little on the wet side in Syracuse. You know what else side it's been on? It's been on the cool side. You probably don't need to hear that from me if you live in Syracuse. It's 55 degrees right now, and looking at a few showers, still a possibility. And right now getting a little bit of a break, but still cloudy. And you can see right in this area here, it's kind of the not battle zone, but it's kind of the difference here from the steady rain and then the showers. And this is the hit and miss stuff, and this is what's going to last for quite a while there. And it tends to be a little bit lighter, and the showers can be a little bit heavier and more intermittent in their behavior. And underneath that rain is some cool air. Right now, temperatures are in the 50s in Boston. 48 degrees right now. It's a little cool in Boston, but In Bangor, Maine, to the north, it's 65. So really the position of this storm has a lot to do with what those temperatures are doing for you. 63 in Philly, 76 in the nation's capital. Here's Burlington, Vermont. They're the northern part of Vermont, where over the next several hours, rain, 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 and then eventually showers. Now, showers can be one of two things. When we say showers during this hour, it could be dry, or you're getting a little bit of heavy rain at times as well. So showers, again, more intermittent. Here's a look at Thursday's forecast. Still going to see maybe a nor'easter. That's something we're going to talk about coming up a little bit later. Julie?
All right, let's check out your travel delays at this hour, and we have kind of the trifecta of probably the worst here in the east. We have Boston, LaGuardia, and Atlanta right now, all showing delays here on our map. If we take a closer look at some of these delays for you, then right now here in the air, taking you into Boston's Logan, light rain being reported. Those winds are up there at around 22, though, so we're looking at some hefty delays there. 155 minutes for you in Boston. Again, New York not looking good, as well as Atlanta. Well, coming up on Weather Center Live, it's Creature Week, and we're talking snakes. One of the species taking over part of Florida. We're going to go to break. We want to test your creature knowledge.
What's that? P3. Planters, nuts, jerky, and seeds. I like variety in my protein.
Totally.
So I got this. Trail mix.
Oh. Empty. P3 Snacks, the more interesting way to get your protein.
You gorilla tape that? No, why? Gorilla tape. Of course.
Gorilla Tape is 3 times stronger for a hold that lasts. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Hi guys, it's great to be here. In the desert, at the mall, on the mountain, at school, at the beach, in the Big Easy. Yeah. Today I want to show you guys the next gen Chevy Equinox. What do you think? That's pretty. Pretty sexy.
It looks aggressive.
But not overbearing. It's not too big, not too small.
Seems like the perfect car for anybody.
I would take it anyway.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
Current qualified GM lessees can get this introductory lease on the all-new 2018 Chevy Equinox for around $249 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Meta Appetite Control. It's your glass of willpower that helps keep cravings far, far away. Feel less hungry with the natural fiber and clinically proven Meta Appetite Control from Metamucil.
When you were a kid, losing a tooth had its rewards. But your adult teeth, you want to keep those. And that calls for regular trips to the dentist. Humana can help. With dental insurance starting at just $17 a month. That's less than 60 cents a day. With a Humana dental plan, you'll get 100% coverage for in-network preventive care, such as oral exams, cleanings, and x-rays. Plus, you'll save on fillings, crowns, and other dental procedures. How much could you save? There's a quick, easy way to find out. Call Humana now at 1-855-485-6041. We'll send you this free, personalized guide that explains all your coverage options and includes a free quote. You can choose from a large network of over 260,000 dentists and specialists nationwide. And there are no exclusions for pre-existing conditions, no age requirements, and you cannot be turned down. There are a variety of plans to fit the whole family's needs and budget. Plus plans designed exclusively for veterans and their families. Humana even has vision plans too, with coverage for exams, eyeglasses, and more. So whether you're looking for a dental plan, a vision plan, or both, Give us a call at 1-855-485-6041. That's 1-855-485-6041. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Call now and discover the coverage you need at a price that'll make you smile.
I've got everything I need beside me. You've got a smile that makes the world shine brighter.
Whether for big meetings or little getaways, there are always smiles ahead at Holiday Inn.
With Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape, you can prep any angle quicker and easier. 3M's advanced poly material helps stop paint seepage, and it's easy to remove in one long pull, so you can pull off a better paint job. Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape.
Okay, movie night. Who sees the remote?
You don't need it. Alexa, search for family movies.
Well, hey.
Wow.
You did that without a remote.
Alexa, play Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Right.
Hey, you guys really have it all figured out, huh? That's what we do. You bought a zoo? It's what we do.
Introducing Dish with Amazon Alexa, letting you control your hopper with just your voice. Dish, tuned into you.
Mom, Dad, we need to talk. In case you haven't noticed, things have changed. I'm not the same person I used to be.
I think it's time we take things to the next level.
Kids grow up. So do vacations. 3 theme parks. 5 resort hotels.
I'm ready.
Are you?
Universal Orlando Resort.
Before the break, we asked which state has reported the most fatal snake bites since 1900. Was it California, Florida, Georgia, or Texas?
What do you think?
I looked.
Oh, you cheated.
Yeah.
It's B. It's Florida.
What I didn't look up, which I'm going to do later, is which snake is it in Florida?
That is that's a good question. I really don't know. But the Sunshine State has reported 7 deaths from snake bites since 1900. Texas was second with 6, followed by California and Georgia. 3 states, by the way, Ohio, West Virginia, and Missouri are tied in 5th with 3. Seems to be a southern thing.
Yeah, I think they have there's a lot more population, variety of venomous snakes.
Well, check out this snake story. A dad in Louisiana left his child's car seat outside overnight. Then in the morning, he noticed a few ants on the fabric, took all the covers off. Oh!
Wonder how long it had been there.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if you actually put the child in the car seat? Ooh.
Well, the only thing maybe is the fact that the snake is so coiled up, it looks like, that it'd be hard for it to get out maybe once it was buckled in there.
Maybe.
I don't know.
They can do crazy things, right?
Whew. That's something else.
Everyone was okay, right?
Try to use some tongs. There you go. Trying to get it out with some tongs here.
Oh, look at that. He wasn't happy. Stubborn snake, didn't want to leave.
Eventually, the man was able to get the snake out. As part of Creature Week, we're going to bring you an animal that is both cold-blooded and often misunderstood.
That's right. And the weather does have everything to do with where you see them.
When the sun comes out and temperatures rise, so do many reptiles. And one of the most feared is snakes. In Georgia, only 6 out of the 41 species of snakes are venomous, yet snake bites are up 60% this year. And a full third of them come from this guy, the copperhead.
I think the biggest reason is twofold. One, the temperatures warmed up very early this year, and then it cooled down again in April. So we actually had an influx of a lot of reptiles being out and active in March. But if we get 3 or 4 days of nice, sunny, warm weather, even midwinter, they'll come up, they'll bask. In the urban areas, typically it's the copperheads that we have to have a concern for.
Warm weather may bring them up, but since they're cold-blooded, snakes will then look for a place to retreat, and it may be in your own backyard, under decks, in the brush, or in a leaf pile.
There are also places where they obviously love to be, which are rock piles, log piles, any kind of place where they can get underneath to escape the heat of the day.
Greg says snakes get a bad rap, and it's usually because of misinformation or a case of mistaken identity, like this harmless corn snake.
They are oftentimes misidentified as copperheads due to any snake that virtually has orange or red on it. And a pattern like this, people think they're copperheads. Everything is very different from a copperhead, so there should not be confusion, yet there is.
So if you do come across a snake out in the wild, the best advice?
Just leave them alone. Look at them from a safe distance, and even a very large venomous snake, you are absolutely safe within 4 or 5 feet of it. More people are actually bitten or put themselves in harm's way when they try to kill a venomous snake. If they were just left alone, no harm would have come to them.
Okay, so if you do find a snake in your yard, you're worried about your kids and your pets, just trap it if you can under something. You could use like a large garbage can, maybe.
Or, you know, hopefully it'll just go away.
Let it slither away, right?
And you want to leave the actual removal itself for the professionals.
That's right.
All right, Creature Week slithers into prime time tonight. You can catch the Weather Channel special, Snake Storm, at 8 Eastern.
Dave Malkoff's going to show us the deadly connection between snakes and the weather, plus the venom that had him traveling across the world to Sri Lanka for a cure. Again, that's on the Weather Channel tonight.
Day after day, we soldier through, overworked and under fire. What if there was a place to declare peace and comfort that helps cool and cradle every curve? The all-new Serta iComfort Sleep System.
We needed to sell our home, and there was a lot of money on the line. We needed an agent who knew what they were doing. Luckily, we found HomeLight. HomeLight showed us the best agents in our neighborhood based on their actual track record. Who sells quickly? Who sells for top dollar? In the end, we went with Ben. Ben sold our house in just 2 weeks for $55,000 over asking. There's no question. When it's time to sell, the place to go is HomeLight. Join the thousands of people who have sold their home by going to HomeLight.com.
Please get to the lowest level.
We have a charge. We have a responsibility.
We have live team coverage tracking.
To provide information to people to help them stay safe.
This weather is affecting people and their relatives across the country.
Our team's taking you into the storm with live reports and expertise you won't get anywhere else.
We are scientists, we are meteorologists, and that makes a tremendous difference.
When it comes to a weather situation that warrants attention, we're the place to go. It's that simple.
Once upon a time, Hansel and Gretel came upon a house made out of gingerbread. Being quite hungry, they started eating the roof. The homeowner was outraged. Luckily, the Geico Insurance Agency had helped her with homeowner's insurance. She got all her shingles replaced. Hansel and Gretel were last seen eating their way through the candy cane forest. Call Geico and see how easy it is to switch and save on homeowner's insurance.
For my constipation, my doctor recommended I switch laxatives. Stimulant laxatives make your body go by forcefully stimulating the nerves in your colon. Miralax is different. It works with the water in your body to hydrate and soften, unblocking your system naturally. Miralax.
Trade you?
Trade you.
Trade you?
Frito-Lay multi-packs, packed full of smiles. Looking for balance in your digestive system? Try Align Probiotic. For a non-stop, sweet treat goodness, hold on to your Tiara kind of day. Get 24/7 digestive support with Align, the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Also in kids' chewables.
Got gas? Acid? Try Phase on Gas and Acid.
the strongest gas-fighting medicine with fast-acting heartburn relief you can get. All in one great-tasting chew. Maximum strength Phase-on gas and acid.
At Men's Warehouse, get your designer looks from our exclusive collections. Now's the time, with designer suits just $279. Plus, buy one, get one free for more great styles. Men's Warehouse.
The F Word is live.
That smells like a disaster.
With James Corden.
That's a burnt piece of veg. You cannot serve that.
And Caitlin Olsen live in the restaurant.
Can I have a selfie with you?
We're live. We've got no time for selfies. Here we go.
The F Word live tomorrow on Fox.
Not all chicken strips are created equal. At Boston Market, we hand bread our new all-white, all-breast meat chicken strips and bake them for a crispier crunch. Oven crisp, because baked is just better. Boston Market.
Hi, I'm Ty Pennington. The average person spends 282 minutes on their smartphone every day. But it only takes 60 seconds to find your perfect mortgage with Guaranteed Rate's easy, intuitive loan finder. Just go to rate.com and answer a series of simple questions about your specific mortgage needs. And the intuitive loan finder's powerful decision engine will generate a customized list of the best loan products at the lowest rates for you, all in less than 60 seconds. And all for free. Guaranteed Rate has helped over 500,000 happy customers find the right mortgage with low rates. And now they've made it even easier. Choosing the right mortgage could save you thousands of dollars. Isn't it worth only a minute of your time to check your options? Whether you're buying or refinancing your home, get a low rate from Guaranteed Rate today. Visit rate.com right now to see how much you could save. Call 1-888-812-5050 or visit rate.com.
What makes me a weather geek? The fact that I love the weather, especially when it's hitting me in the side of the face.
I'm gonna ride this one out, guys.
Be one of the thousands of weather geeks out there at weloveweather.tv.
Looks and sounds like a hurricane out there. This guy fought strong winds while trying to close the glass doors here inside this building in Austin, Texas yesterday. Winds there clocked at around 58 miles per hour, but some of those gusts were as high as 75. You don't want to be on the other side of those glass doors with a storm like that, do you? The force there.
It was in the Philippines for a second.
Yeah, right.
Right? It does look like a hurricane out there.
It sure does. Here's what we got going on here in the southeast. Lots of rain here in the south, stretching from Houston through New Orleans all the way up into the Atlanta area, even into the Carolinas. But check out Charleston here. That's where we're getting some of those heavier downpours right now, maybe a couple of thunderstorms embedded in there along with them. Florida also getting hit pretty hard with a lot of rain right now, and that's going to be days and days of rain coming your way in Florida. So, of course, we're going to be on the lookout for any flooding issues, and right now, not looking at any organized storms out there, just looking at, of course, the general rain and those pop-up thunderstorms. We really just got an unsettled weather pattern here. A lot of these disturbances just kind of hanging around, and our low pressure is just keeping all of this here right along the south. It's going to be that way for the next couple of days. Texas, another place, Louisiana, Baton Rouge getting some pockets of storms coming your way, as well as Morgan City right now, and north of New Orleans there in Picayune as well. So if we take a look at future radar, again looking at the possibility of more of these storms bubbling up here throughout the late afternoon, the early evening hours as well. Focusing in here on Louisiana. Again, some pockets of strong storms may be coming in. This is 7 o'clock just south of I-10 right there. If you're traveling in and around these parts, just be aware a lot of the roadways could be soaking wet, and the ponding could be an issue there, as well as some of the winds could get up there a little bit as well. All right, let's take a look at Atlanta then. For you, the forecast for this evening, looking at some hit or miss showers, thunderstorms mixed in there as well. Should start to just turn cloudy, though, as we get into the later night hours. And then it looks like a much better day, actually getting a little bit of a break here in Atlanta on Wednesday, 78 with a mix of sun and clouds. Chris?
All right, Julie, we talked about the potential eventually there could be a nor'easter coming soon. And this is what we're looking at. And we still want to point this out. We've got a question mark there. This is not a done deal so far. We're looking ahead a few days here. So the day after tomorrow. Here's Thursday, and this is what we're going to be looking at. First, a disturbance here that's in the southeast. That's what eventually is going to develop the storm. But then another disturbance to the north could help strengthen the storms. Let's see how this plays out. On Thursday, we're going to watch this low as it's developing across the southeast and then working its way right up along the eastern seaboard. And again, that next one potentially helping to strengthen it. This is Friday, and we're seeing the moisture coming around and eventually starting to see some of those northeast winds coming into New England. So let's take a look at what potentially could be happening starting off at 3 o'clock. Now 4 still have winds coming out of the east or even southeasterly direction here in Maine, and then starting to get more of a northeasterly direction from parts of New York and New Jersey. By midnight on Friday, more of those northeast winds for Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard and the Cape now. By Friday morning, and watching the showers and storms along with the winds coming around as well. It's going to really depend on just how strong this thing, if it winds up and really gets going. And then by midnight or noon and then 1 to 8 in the afternoon on Friday, we see the system move out of here and then the wind direction changes. Now we're looking at an offshore wind. As far as the rainfall forecast, this is what we're looking at. Not a crazy amount of rain, but still some of the heaviest rain is going to be in parts of New England, Julie.
Okay, should be interesting. Well, soaking storms are proving to be just too much of a good thing across parts of Florida. One city seeing double-digit rainfall and flooding as a result. We're going to show you how much more rain is coming. That's ahead. And here's a live look now at Naples. The clouds are certainly moving in there ahead of those thunderstorms. Time to get off the beach.
Ahead on Weather Center Live, a soggy, stormy start to the week across much of the southeast, damaging winds and hail along with flooding in some parts of the region. We're going to highlight the spots that are at risk for this right now and through the rest of the week.
And it's Creature Week here on the Weather Channel. Today we're talking snakes, from poisonous to harmless. Tips on how to stay safe no matter where you may find one of these slithering creatures.
This is Weather Center Live. It's the top of the hour. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
And I'm meteorologist Julie Martin. You know, we're talking about rain, days of rain across the south, really just everyone getting soaked. So much rain in areas that are already leading to scenes just like this one. A camper swept away here by rushing water in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Look at that thing. More than 2.5 inches of rain falling since Thursday in the area. More rain on the way today. Look at that as it just gets caught there. It looks like a bridge. It's under a bridge of some sort. The water just rushing through. Let's take it over to Chris now for a look at who else is in line for some more of the stormy weather.
Yeah, let's hope we don't see that happen again. But with some of this rain, still looking at the possibility that flooding will be a concern. And as you look at this, we're looking at the entire southeast, the Gulf Coast states from Florida over to Texas, and you can pick out an area of low pressure about in here. And what you do is you look at the direction that the clouds and the rain is moving, because we know that low pressure is a counterclockwise feature, and that's what we're seeing here, that area of low pressure over parts of Mississippi and Louisiana right now, helping to generate some of the showers and draw in quite a bit of this deep tropical moisture. Watching it get pulled into Florida, this tropical moisture is going to be hanging around, and with the tropical moisture in place. As this front comes down, it's going to help generate some showers and storms. And then when it doesn't want to leave, a lot of people visit Florida, they don't want to leave. The front's the same way. It's going to hang out. It's going to stall out. It's like, I'm parking it here. I'm good. And we're going to see a focus there of some showers and storms. And through much of the southeast, the future radar shows that there's going to be spots that are dry, and there'll be spots that have some heavy rain. And that's what we're going to see through time here as we put this into motion, some of the showers hanging around. But then you start to see that there's sort of a line or a point where it's much more hit and miss and then much more concentrated as that system moves to the south. That front moves to the south. With it, the rain and storms. So areas to the north just left with some scattered showers by tomorrow morning. Some other areas from Arkansas to northern Alabama will be dry in the morning. Here's 5 o'clock for Charleston this evening. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now at midnight, Charleston to Myrtle Beach. That's where it's going to be wet. And then eventually overnight, things drying out, but it doesn't last. Here comes that next chance for showers for you in the Carolinas. Charleston, chance for storms tonight and tomorrow, and then still hanging in there with a few showers there tomorrow evening, and rain still to come. Wet spots will be right in here and across Florida. Julie?
All right, speaking of Florida, storms brewing over the Keys on Monday. This is some video shot from Marathon, Florida. Heavy rain and wind across the area to start the week there. Look at that. There's even more rain in the forecast today, of course, tomorrow and beyond. Helpful for the state's drought. Not ideal, though, for those who are trying to get out to the beaches this week and enjoy Florida's beautiful beaches. Not so pretty out there. Waters are pretty rough as well. We do have a chance of more showers, more thunderstorms across the state of Florida. This is a look at today. Same thing goes for tomorrow. Really just anywhere we could see some of those stronger storms. Certainly the rain is going to be coming in and it's not going to be letting up anytime soon. Look what we're dealing with here. All of this is tropical moisture just funneling in here to the state of Florida. Tampa right under the gun right now as we speak. Take a look at this. Heavy to moderate rain coming into the Tampa Bay area, just south of Tampa, actually seeing some of those pockets of heavier rain. But we're getting more rain over here near Miami as well. Fort Lauderdale getting hit right now. And then as we get up toward Orlando, Daytona Beach, you're getting hit with some more rain. So expect more of the same here over the next few days. How much more rain still to come? In general, a couple of inches, maybe 3 inches or so for most of you. Some pockets of rain, though, could total up as high as 5 inches. In fact, we've already gotten some radar estimated reports in southwestern Florida, right about down here near Everglades City, of more than a foot of rain coming through. And we know that there already have been some flooding issues here as well near Marco Island. So we're going to have to watch out for more flooding here throughout the great state of Florida over the next couple of days. This is not going to be ending until Saturday evening. So it will be a long, wet week if you are vacationing here in Florida. West Palm, you could pick up a couple of inches. Miami, a couple of inches, maybe even 3 inches here in Fort Lauderdale. Really anywhere you look across the map, though, looking at the possibility of those totals continuing to pile up throughout the week. So let's take a closer look here at Miami. Hit or miss thunderstorms throughout the next few days, lasting through Friday. Again, maybe a couple of inches of rain. Localized flooding could be an issue, Chris.
All right, Julie, let's take a look right now at New York City, where it's cloudy and it is cool. Not quite to summer yet, and probably don't have to convince you of that at all, do you here? It is still cool. It feels like the front end of springtime as opposed to the back end of spring, with cloudy skies and temperatures only in the 50s. This is about the time when you'd expect the warmest temperature of the day, and not happening so much at the moment. A lot of clouds around, showers here, some heavy rain in some spots with the winds whipping around, and right here, see all this rain? The rain does a couple things. You have clouds thick enough that you're not getting a lot of radiation from the sun in, but also the motion of the rain helps bring some cool air down, or any evaporation is also a cooling process. So you have cooler air underneath this area right here. And that's exactly what the temperatures are telling us right now, with 50s and 40s, where areas outside of some of the most consistent rain is in the lower 60s in Bangor to the north. But then to the south, 60s and even some 70s as you go far south as Washington, D.C. The forecast for Burlington, Vermont over the next several hours, more rain for you. and then eventually drying out for at least a little while. And then the question whether or not there's going to be a nor'easter later in the week. A couple systems we're going to watch. System develops, eventually moves off, and by Friday, we'll let you know. It does look like something will be here. Just a matter of how strong it's going to be still remains to be seen. Coming up here on Weather Center Live, we're heading into summer. I know in the Northeast might not feel like it. Some areas feel more like fall. A look at where temperatures are going to do a little flip-flop coming up, with the biggest temperature change coming up right after your local on the 8s.
Colon cancer screening for people 50 and older at average risk.
I think it's time for a new screen, for a different kind of screen, for colon cancer. Thought about it? His wife asked about screening options, and her doctor ordered me. I'm Cologuard, the non-invasive test you use at home. No special drink, just a trip to the bathroom.
Cologuard, colon cancer screening that's as easy as get, go, gone. Cologuard is not right for everyone, so ask your doctor if it's right for you.
Natural Bliss has turned the creamer world upside down with new almond milk creamers that are deliciously creamy. Made from real almonds and Madagascar vanilla, all natural, just got delicious. New Natural Bliss almond milk creamers. Stir things up.
It's the Phillips lady.
Anyone ever have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, or bloating?
She does.
Help defend against those digestive issues. Take Phillips Colon Health Probiotic Caps daily with 3 types of good bacteria. 400 likes? Wow.
Try Phillips Colon Health.
I am totally blind, and sometimes I struggle to sleep at night and stay awake during the day. This is called non-24.
Learn more by calling 844-824-2424 or visit your24info.com.
The bathroom. When things go wrong here, you remember. Quilted Northern is designed to work so well you can forget your bathroom trips. But Little Miss Puffytail can never forget. The only thing worse than having such large ears is having such large eyes.
It's amazing out there means that you could take what some might call a boring weather day, but find a lot of fascinating aspects. You can look up in the sky and there's something to learn about the clouds or about the precipitation that's falling every single day. There's a lot of amazing stuff happening out there.
Dalmatians, good. And 101 degrees, bad.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6.
With Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape, you can prep any angle quicker and easier. 3M's advanced poly material helps stop paint seepage, and it's easy to remove in one long pull, so you can pull off a better paint job. Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape.
When someone truly believes in you, you can achieve great things, like hitting the game-winning home run or graduating first in your class. At Loan Depot, we believe in helping you achieve the American dream of owning a home.
Congratulations.
Loan Depot is the only lender that provides critical illness coverage which you can use to pay your mortgage payments, up to $30,000 in case you're unable to work. It's peace of mind when life gets difficult.
That's impressive.
And if interest rates ever drop, you can refinance with us at any time without paying any lender closing costs. So call, log on, or visit your local neighborhood branch today. There's no cost or obligation to see just how easy it is to get an approval for your home purchase. Put our nationwide team of over 6,000 to work for you. Loan Depot, we believe in you.
tornado that struck eastern North Carolina. National Weather Service out there taking a look to see if this was in fact a tornado there in eastern North Carolina. This video is shot north of Greenville in the town of Bethel yesterday. Now, an old country store seriously damaged. Flying debris from the structure actually hit and damaged 2 nearby homes as well. And the fast-moving storms also caused damage farther to the north. This giant tree came crashing down onto a car here in the Highlands section of Louisville, Kentucky. Look at that.